doing it. Hey, this is Dr. Cara Gummins of the Animal Wisdom Circle, and I'm here with
Phoebe Fazio from Sound Washing Circle. No, it's not Circle. But I am, sound washing performer and sound healer and Reiki practitioner master thing.
Person.
Person.
And we're here to connect you today to the wisdom and the essence of one specific animal. And the way we're going to do that is we're going to choose a card from the Animal Wisdom Oracle card deck that I created through intuitive conversations with animals. And I'm going to pull a card, and then Phoebe will build off of the wisdom and the spiritual guidance that I share from that animal to create a unique sound washing experience. And so we're going to listen to that. So I'm going to go ahead and choose a card. And whoa, look who it is, Phoebe. It's Octopus. And Octopus was one of my favorite guests in the Animal Wisdom Circle. And in the Animal Wisdom Circle, it's a membership program where we meet once live each month to connect with a specific animal and ask 3 questions. What's your spiritual gift? What's your spiritual lesson? And do you have a message that you want to share with people? And Octopus was just so awesome. I just loved him. And he has really found, his wisdom has really found its way into my life and into my heart. So the spiritual gift of the octopus is flexibility, as you might expect, because they're so flexible and they can just move into all kinds of different places and shape their body in different shapes to accommodate wherever they are. And the lesson of the octopus is attachment or territoriality. And we had such a fascinating discussion on the Animal Wisdom Circle about this, because attachment is the root of territoriality. You aren't going to try to protect something if you're not attached to it. So their challenge is that even though they really have this deep understanding and this deep knowing that everything they need is provided for them, that the universe has their back, that they just have to go and look for what they want. If they're in a place where it's really easy to get what you want and to just barely look and there it is, then it's easy to get attached to that specific location, and then you have territoriality. So being flexible, the kind of the flip side of that is attachment or rigidness or territoriality or being stuck with wanting something. Those are kind of 2 sides of the same coin. And then the message that Octopus had for people was to remember that everything you need is provided for you. So everything is out there. And if you're not seeing what you want or what you need, then use that flexibility, because you need to look in a different kind of a way or look at a different angle. So when we look at stuff and we have an expectation of how it's going to show up, if it doesn't show up that way, know that whatever is showing up is for you. So it's all provided. Everything you need is provided for you. The universe loves you and has your back. Good stuff.
I just love that you use words like attachment and stuck.
And they got all the little suckers. I know.
And flexibility. It's like, that's why we do yoga, right?
Right.
Oh, cool.
So yeah. And what I love about this, Phoebe, is that the animals, their soul chooses the species based on the lessons their soul wants to learn. And as you can see, the octopus is a great example of the lifestyle, the physical body. Everything is embodying, everything is reinforcing those lessons. So it's not like there's just this mental construct. It's like, no, you're living it. Your body is part of the flexibility. Your body is part of the attachment and the stuckness.
Yeah.
And you're in the environment that really provides for you. I mean, octopus, especially animals that live in the water, I feel like they're more in their environment. They're surrounded on 3 dimensions by their environment, whereas terrestrial people like us, or more two-dimensional. So, yeah, I just think that we can learn so much, and there's so many layers and so much metaphor, right? Like the words that I'm using about the spiritual lesson are words that describe the physical body of the animal. So, yeah.
And then they go and choose you to communicate their message to people, to all of us that are watching and experiencing this with you. It's phenomenal. I just
pretty special.
The depth.
Yeah, so many layers, so many layers. So I'm going to turn it over to Phoebe. I'll hold the card here so that you guys can see it as she's doing her thing.
Yeah, this my shaker wanted to play with the octopus.
That's super interesting.
Yeah, I felt that it was like this nourishing reminder of it's okay. You have everything you need um, right there, right there. And it comes to you, it's easy. And, we get into those places of it's not enough. We don't have enough. I need more. Whatever. It causes us to be in stress and tension. And there was just this calming, that voice was just, it's okay. You have what you need. You are enough. And then that tension, I could just feel it easing and soothing. And so it went from the shaker to the wind chimes, just like there was this nice shift. The wind chimes always make me feel like water anyway, so just kind of this fluid nature about the octopus too. Just that so fluid and like no worries. It's all good.
I felt like the shaker in the beginning was like breaking up those limiting beliefs that there's not enough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then I felt like when the vocals came in, it was like this a prayer for abundance is the way that it kind of showed up for me. Like, and then it became kind of not a prayer for it, but an affirmation of it. Like I felt that shift happening from, oh yeah, or maybe it was a celebration of all that is and all that's available.
Yeah, there were two voices. There was two different things. One I've come to feel is more like a Tibetan or Mongolian nun. It's kind of female, but it's an outdoor voice, sort of shamanic, and yet then it shifted to that deeper, lower, masculine sound of like protection and calling it in, just saying, yes, we've got this, we're good. Yes, I felt that very much so.
This one really leaves me with a sense of like peace. You know, just like, wow, there's no struggle, there's no worry. It's just like, it's, you know, that phrase, it's all good. Like it is, it's all good.
Yeah. And it's so wonderful, these videos that we do with the animals where you get to kind of get inside that animal for a little while and feel these energies from their perspective. You know, like the octopus is so squishy and so vulnerable, and they kind of have to go and hide somewhere and need to know where their food is so they can get out and back in. And they don't really have anybody else around them. They're not in community really. But they've got all those legs, you know, they've got ways they can get what they need. But then they've got to retreat and be in safe places. And so, you know, you get why flexibility is important, and then you get how they could get into that place of territorial nature, you know, and being kind of miserly, you know, and yet to hear those voices saying, it's okay, you've got what you need, you've got the safety you need, and you've got the protection, and then you also have all the food and all the anything that you do need. But to be in that world for a little while underwater and being the octopus, it takes it out of our own mind and whatever we're thinking in terms of our lives and our own limitations or our own like, what, that's mine. This is my area. Just back off, you know, and inviting people in, and that you know, back to our collaboration here, brings us back and connects with all of our other animals that we've been being. So,
way to bring it back in, Phoebe.
Right. So if you didn't see the one on the eagle,
you gotta watch the eagle.
you might want to see that one.
And the whale and the reindeer and the dolphin and the frog when we do it, and the hummingbird and the dragonfly.
Messages. And you know, I mean, I'm gonna make a little pitch here, but in the description we'll have connections to the wisdom circle, the animal wisdom circle. And I've been on the calls with Cara when she's channeling those animals. It's something else to get those messages from them, and then to have them here in these cards where you can do a reading with them. You can pull a card and just see what's the message here. It's really, really good work that you're doing, Cara. So thank you for channeling.
Really powerful stuff.
Yeah.
It's the wonderful thing about our collaboration is I feel like your sound washing gives that visceral experience of what it's like to be in the energy, which is hard to explain if you're not there. You know, it's hard to explain in words, but you know, you get that experience through the sound that moves through your body, through what you do. So
That's cool. I'm glad that does that because
yeah,
I feel
it's really neat.
I feel it too. So,
Yeah,
and we want to hear how it is for you too. Good for you in Phoebe
absolutely.
land. If you're watching this,
If you're still here
are
at
you
the end of the video,
hello?
show us that you're here. Show us that you're alive. Click the like button. Leave a comment. Remember way back when we were actually doing the sound washing with the octopus on this video? What was that like for you? We would love to hear about it. And did you feel the same thing, or did you feel something different?
Yeah.
Did the wisdom from the octopus kind of strike you in a different way, or strike a chord, or make you see something in yourself or your life differently? We'd love to hear about that. So definitely please share if you're inclined to do that. And if you want to subscribe, then click subscribe and you'll get notified the next time we have another animal. So yeah, it's so easy.
You might have to click the little bell notifications thing too after you subscribe, because then you can set it so you can get an email for the notifications you want, but not too many. You know?
Just click, 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 click. Have a beautiful day knowing that all is well and the universe is providing for you.
Thanks for playing with it. Bye.